hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Within Range podcast with your boys Dom Juan and Jared Suter. Jared, I would say that the guest we have on today is pretty much unlike a lot of our other guests we've had on the show before.
Absolutely new lane for us, 100%. We're excited about it.
New lane we're stepping in. This man, you could label him a lot, but connector, show promoter, businessman, even former male model, apparently. Is on the,
Yes, sir.
Maybe.
Male model, but let's say that. I just did a couple photos, magazine.
Check him out on Only Homies.
Yeah, y'all play all day. Listen.
Man.
Just kidding.
All right. Well, hey, look, definitely putting on for Arizona and Arizona artists. That's a fact for sure.
Big time.
We've had the opportunity to be in attendance at one of his events, the Arizona Elite event that he put on.
It's excellent.
Great event in the summer too. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
A way to promote. But ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have BigHomieToldMe on the show today.
Man, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. I see what you guys are doing right now, doing in the community. I appreciate you guys showing up to the show. So I'm honored to be on the show, man. I see you guys working. So if you're working, I'm working. Let's work together and we can build.
Oh, right on, dude. Same motto here. Yeah, let's go.
Just like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh yeah. Man, I guess we could start by saying, Big Homie, I first met you at the Bryce Breeze Motion Mondays event.
Yes.
And
Shout out to Bryce Breeze, man, and Breezeway Management, because, I've had artists, a bunch of their artists on the shows that I throw, and, all professional, all about the business, and working and, just collaborating. You know what I mean? That's so big when you're building industry. So, yeah, met you there. We had a good conversation for sure. For people who just met.
Well, yeah. And that's what I was going to talk about is I remember actually, I always give the team an update of how something went when we attend. And I remember calling the boys. I said, guys, got an opportunity to meet Big Homie. And the conversation flowed. You were an intelligent guy, I could tell. It sounds like you had made a lot of good business moves up until this point in your life. And I was like, I remember I had to ask you, I was like, hey, can we get you on the show? And I wasn't too confident you were going to make it, but you did. So.
I don't really do interviews. I'm not going to lie. And the only reason I don't do interviews is because I'm usually interviewing others. You know what I mean?
We're going to get into it.
Yeah. So even then, it's like, I do have a story just like everyone else, but, me being interviewed is like, But you guys, I'm here for you. We met. You're genuine, solid. Let's get it.
All right. Appreciate that. Really quick, I just noticed with the lights in here, do you have print on the lenses of those glasses, dude?
Yes.
They have print.
Yes.
Do you see that, Dom?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
We got to get that on camera before you leave, so we got it in a close up.
I've never
Dude,
seen
there's
that.
print on the lens. I was like, wait, because you got a smudge in their nose. It's like a pattern. It's like the Versace pattern, dude.
You hear that, Versace? You hear that, Versace? Cut the check,
dude.
Right here within range.
Crazy,
Let's
dude.
go.
That's right.
That's like the
right.
Ray-Bans got the little RB on the lens if they're legit. That's crazy, dude.
Yes,
Okay, I just
sir.
saw that on the line. All right, sorry, I
good
didn't mean
catch,
to derail,
Jared.
dude. I had to
Pay
give you a
attention
little
to
drip
details,
check right
man.
there, dude. That had to
I
make
respect
the people know, dude.
It was necessary.
crazy,
It was
yeah.
necessary to call that out.
Had to.
But Big Homie, real quick, I think it's only right we go back a little bit in your journey.
Let's talk about
and
it.
we'll get to where you're at. But I think your journey begins in San Francisco, but more specifically, Hunters Point.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It started in Hunters Point.
Okay, if you could just, for those who are not familiar with the Bay Area or just aren't familiar with Northern California in general, if you could kind of describe the environment you grew up in.
So I grew up in San Francisco in a section called Hunters Point, where there's, notoriously, just this stereotype, but it's also facts that there's a lot of violence. Okay. Growing up there, it was rough. I'll tell you like this, man, if it wasn't for sports, I don't know where I would be. I started playing football at 8. When I started playing football for the San Francisco Seahawks, immediately I loved it. And that's what kept me, from hanging out too long.
For sure.
You had practice.
Yes, yes. But growing up there, and when we see San Francisco and think of San Francisco, we think of, the Golden Gate Bridge, the Bay Bridge, the pier, tech. It's money. It's the, they cost the most to live there than anywhere else in the country, probably other than New York, Los
It is.
Angeles.
I think it's second to New York.
there, right?
That's it, basically. Yeah.
So growing up there, my mentality was always fast, thinking fast.
Yeah.
Also survival. So naturally, I became a hustler.
Okay.
Moving around in neighborhoods. I played sports in Fillmore, which is another notoriously,
Fillmore Slim.
Fillmore Slim.
I know about Fillmore Slim. Some real shit.
Absolutely. So growing up over there, seeing that stuff at a young age, I knew, growing up with my mom and I had other siblings, I knew that I had to do something else. But it's not always easy because where I lived, it was a hood, period.
Yeah.
You wasn't coming over there if nobody knew you, bottom line.
Yep.
And I had the basketball court directly in front of my house because it was my basketball court hoop that my mom got me.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it was like for the neighborhood, though.
But it's for the neighborhood.
Wow. Love that. Yeah.
So she got me the basketball hoop, and that automatically attracts everyone.
Oh yeah.
Well, and too,
awesome.
so
Everyone.
yeah,
That's awesome.
and moms must have been on it because I understand as well. Your mom's was an activist.
Yes, my mother is actively working in San Francisco.
I see where you get it from.
She's
working.
Has been doing it for so long, speaking up for kids. Speaking up for the underserved adults who are struggling. Because I like to tell people that, I am a person that says, man, strap your boots up and go, and get it done. No excuses. However, there are instances in our lives, or some of our lives, when we grew up in that environment, we don't think of any real way out. We're not thinking of school, job. You thinking survival.
Right.
So, not to glorify that at all, a lot of the time it's all people know.
Yeah.
It's all you know. And I'm just blessed to know and make it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've come a long way, and you being the oldest boy in your family, I think I've heard you say too before that that holds a burden in itself, right?
Yes.
So you know what I'm saying. It's not only like are you coming up as a man, as a teenager, but being in that position in your family, that comes with some weight, right?
Oh, dude, I was older brother to my siblings, and you're basically a babysitter. You're
Right.
You grow up early. You grow up quick, and sometimes your parents are still learning how to be adults, let alone parents themselves, and especially with the first kid. And that's just life too. Like that's not anyone doing anything wrong. That's just people growing up to be people, and everyone's growing. You're growing well into your old age. It's
No doubt.
They're changing as people too. They're not perfect. So yeah, it's tough, man. Being the oldest, I get it.
I'm glad you said that because that's really a point that needs to be thought about more.
Yeah.
Our parents, when we're younger, how many of us really know exactly what our parents were like?
Oh man,
Nobody.
I think about it all the time.
You don't know what they were before. I mean,
No.
and even considered having kids in your 30s, you're still relatively young.
Exactly.
You're still going to grow for the next 20, 30 years. But, probably in the next 20, you'll be pretty solidified more or less. But you still change. You still grow depending on
And the
who you
reason
are.
I say that is because if we kind of knew more about where our parents have actually been and what they've actually done and kind of how they moved when they were younger, it'll give us a better understanding of what we're doing,
Right.
where
Yes.
to go.
Yep.
So
true.
those are things that, I learned, you know what I mean? Growing up, because I'm around the neighborhood dope man who's shooting money on my basketball court. I'm around the neighborhood dope man who playing each other for the game, but I'm winning championships on my CYO basketball game. So they're asking me to referee at 10 years old.
Wow.
Ref at 10?
To ref, because they know I'm not going to be biased.
Correct.
Yeah.
They know I know the game, but hey, you ref, Jess.
That's crazy.
Nah,
at
man,
10?
I ain't finna get into that.
Yeah.
I know
That's
is
crazy.
It's like
10?
Braxton's age.
Anything I say for sure can be
Oh,
validated.
just listen. Yeah. We
Anything
ain't gonna
I
question.
say.
Oh, no, I'm not even.
No,
yeah,
I know.
I'm
I'm
just
just saying,
crazy.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's how real it is. So I'm refereeing the basketball games, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Period. Because I know what it fights, everything. Man, we give you $100. Bet.
speaking my language. I love Ben.
Bet, let's do it, right? Yeah. So what happens when you're 10 years old, you ref that basketball game, someone has game point, the other person is fouling the whole game. You got to call it how it is. Not because you look, you know what I mean? You gotta call it how it is at a young age. Next thing you know, the game is over because there has to be a winner. One of them go grab the gun.
50%.
One of them go grab the gun and start shooting at the other one.
Whoa, that happened? Or you're just
was that? Hold on.
This happened, bro.
Oh yeah.
This is just life.
Yeah, in general. Yeah. 100% that's happened. Yeah.
Go ahead. So I'm talking about the mindset right now.
Correct. Yeah, Correct. Absolutely.
I'm this young and they're shooting at each other. Everybody runs in the house.
Yeah.
The next day, they're on a basketball court again in front of my house. Playing with each other.
Wow.
Playing with each other on the court, one-on-one and stuff.
Yeah. Hashing it out.
Crazy.
Hey, wait, real quick. Is that the Kirkwood court?
Kirkwood court.
Okay.
Kirkwood court.
That was the one across the street from the house, you're saying? Okay. So it sounds like a lot went down in that time.
That's insane.
How long did that park, did you have that for?
When I talk about that, I'm not talking about it to glorify. I'm talking about think of the mentality
100%.
of someone, of a youngster.
10 years old?
Growing up, 10 years old.
That's how old my son is.
I started winning championships at a young age. I started winning champions, CYO, basketball, football. So I always was a champion. I knew when you become a champion in anything, you mature fast. You know what a team is like.
You know what it takes to win too.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm able to build with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real.
And is that when you became Just the Bus?
Just the Bus. Oh. You said Just the Bus?
I was just, I may have heard a little something about that.
Listen, hold on. Ain't a real deal. So Just the Bus, I got that when my second year playing Pop Warner football. I was big and stocky, but really fast.
Like Jerome Bettis.
The
Bus.
And they called me Just the Bus.
That's amazing.
So, I was really good and it really stuck. It stuck for a long time, kind of through it kind of phased out in the middle of high school.
Okay.
Because I came more of a track type fast.
I ran track.
What were your events?
I didn't run in
field?
High school. I didn't run in high school, but I did run in the Junior Olympics. I ran in the Junior Olympics.
Yeah, like what?
How old was I? I was 12 years old. 12 years old, I ran in the Junior Olympics. I ran for the Renaissance Track Club in San Francisco.
Wow.
Me and my cousin, Gerald Robinson, he ran for the Striders. I ran for the Renaissance. And the reason I bring that up is because it brought so much competition in a good way. Because we always, ran together. Everybody knew who we were because we were really good in sports.
For sure.
But we were both from the neighborhood, know. So, staying active.
And sports teach you a lot about life lessons as it is. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you've been to a championship level, though, that teaches you a whole new aspect of success, basically.
It's a way for you to get kicked in the teeth as a kid, but not have your life fall apart. You know what I mean? It's you can get the feeling of being gutted like a 30-year-old man in a divorce as a kid when you lose the big game.
Yeah.
And it's, your life doesn't quite fall apart as much. And then, you understand heartbreak a little different as a kid, and victory.
Very, very much so. When you grow up in sports, and I'll say it for anyone, so I know everyone doesn't, do sports or anything like that, but just being a part of a team.
Yeah. Just something competitive.
You
got to start ranking yourself somewhere. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Where do I fall? And whatever I like, how good am I at it?
Yeah, exactly.
Get involved. Right. Everybody should get into something like that, in my opinion.
100%.
That's like being 100%. It's like being a Call of Duty enthusiast. You know what I mean? Right. I don't play competitively. I just really watch it on Twitch. You know what I mean? It's like, the fuck, dude?
Come on, man. Listen, people getting paid a lot of money to play.
Hey, I'm not hating on watching on Twitch. I would say somebody that just watches.
That's love.
Well, listen, let me just ask real quick, since football Sunday's around the corner, how are y'all feeling about the Niners this year?
I think the playoffs for sure.
Okay.
Playoffs for sure. As far
Division
as
struggling too right now.
Yeah,
and that defense will get them there for sure, at least.
Correct.
Yes, I think that they get to the playoffs, and from there it's whatever Brock Purdy makes happen. Now, I went to the playoff game versus Dallas last year, front row, first time in Levi Stadium.
Wow,
and I saw him play up close.
Full circle for you.
I saw him. I saw him play up close, and I'm not gonna be too harsh or of a critic because it was his first year in the league.
It's your team, though.
But he kind of reminds me of Kyler Murray. Good athlete, has it down, but the game looks really fast.
Oh yeah.
It looks, and again, it's his first year, and he's from Arizona, so I hope he succeeds because I want another ring. You know what I mean? I'm grateful to be alive. During the '94 year when we won, and the '89. I don't remember the '89, but the '94
Jerry Rice days, huh?
Yeah, Jerry Rice. My dad used to scalp tickets, and he used to get me and my younger brother, and also my cousins, tickets to all type of games. And we've been to a number of 49er games. Man, I can go on for days, but I remember when Nicki Minaj approached me backstage.
All right, we're in it. I love it. Let's go. We 0 to 100 real quick. Let's go. Man. We went from a Niners game to Nicki, dude.
Let's go. What happened with Nicki? And I'm not. This isn't for anything other than it actually happened.
Tell the story, please.
My dad got us tickets, and I don't really have I didn't at that time have a really good relationship with my dad. You know what I mean? And that's a whole nother one in itself. That was a rough one, but he would always get us tickets, me and my brothers. Mm-hmm. And for me, it was like, these tickets don't equate to time.
Oh, no. Never does.
I'm a star athlete. I have never thrown a football with you. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I never sat down with you and had that conversation. And it's not that, I'm not man enough to have that conversation. It's just, are you ready for that conversation? Because if you keep running, the more that I grow and the older I get and the more mature, you're running from something. Mm-hmm. You understand?
That door closes.
But he used to give us tickets. He got us tickets, me and my cousin Desmond Rogers. He got us tickets and he got us backstage passes. So we're backstage and it's the Lil Wayne and Keisha Cole concert. Oh, wow. This is like 2009.
Yeah.
In Oakland.
Okay.
I have on this shirt that says "Why Hate." I'm fresh. Fly. In
2009, Keisha Cole and Lil Wayne in Oakland.
Oakland.
That's incredible.
Oakland
Auditorium?
No,
or Bill Graham?
Coliseum, where the Warriors played.
Wow.
Yeah, used to play.
Used to play.
Yeah, used to
play. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we're backstage or whatnot, and we're on this stage. We're on the side stage, and we're seeing everyone. We're seeing a lot of people, and when I say everyone, I mean like it's 2 Chainz, it's Mac Main. I even grabbed Suge Knight's arm, but that's a whole nother one.
Oh man!
So
Big Suge,
he didn't have his truck with him.
That's a story right there too. You know what I mean? But it's real.
We'll circle back.
Nicki Minaj, real quick. All respect to Nicki, straight up. This is all love, no diss, no hate. She approached me and said, "What is your name?" I didn't know who she was because it was so dark, so loud, and she had came up. I had on some Bulgari shades. My cousins, shout out to my cousin who I was with, his Bulgari shades.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? He had with the diamonds in them.
Oh wow!
Come on, we not playing. My cousin, he come from that. I'm real Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, for real. True story. Lived with my uncle who was law enforcement and my auntie who was my blood auntie, the same way Will Smith and
that is
he was
Uncle Phil.
You had a real life Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was Carlton in that mug?
You know what I mean? My cousin was with me. He was with me, so he was. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to wear the glasses because he's not really like that. Okay. He don't want to do too much. He don't want all of that. but I do.
Give it to me, man.
I do that, especially in 09.
So she approaches and she just says, "What's your name?" And I say, "Fresh to Death." And then I flash my arms. She said, "Where you from?" I said, "San Francisco." You know what I mean? And Nicki Minaj, Tyga comes and grabs her.
Stop.
And Tyga grabs her and kind of takes her away.
He hadn't even dropped Rack City yet.
No,
he hadn't even dropped Rack City yet.
He probably
had done coconut juice, got me real loose. You remember that shit? Dude?
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt that he probably didn't even notice like that situation. It was really quick. You know what I mean? So definitely don't want to.
Of course not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No disrespect. No disrespect.
Yeah, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? But that situation definitely happened. But at that same concert, I see Suge Knight, and he's walking past, and I'm like, that's Suge Knight.
Oh, wow.
So I grab his arm.
Yo, that's a wild move.
I grab it was a wild move, bro. Because he
Suge Knight.
He yanked his arm.
I bet.
You know what I mean?
I bet he did.
And I said, my fault, big homie. I just want to know, what can you say to a college kid who's trying to make it?
And you had that line
and
ready,
he said, you believe in God, don't you? I said, yeah. He said, then you already got it. And walked away.
That's pretty good.
From the big dog.
That's crazy.
Come on, bro. You believe in God, don't you? Then you already got it. Like, come on, like that was like, and see how I remember it?
Oh, that's a memory ingrained.
Never stop believing, bro.
Yeah.
You know who told me the same thing?
Give it to us.
Russell Simmons.
What? You talk with the man?
Come on, man. I can go on all day long. What y'all got for me, bro?
Come on,
man.
How'd you meet him? What was that one?
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I think it's important.
I can go on all day, bro.
Oh, yeah. We know.
And it's not to brag. Dude, it's to say when you working, you're going to be in these type of positions. Yeah. Therefore, you can do and elevate and get that information, get that knowledge, that inspiration. But you got to be working. If I'm not working, if I'm lazy, I'm just chilling. But I'm out working.
Was Nicki a misconnection? Is that what was when you hit her with the Fresh to Death? Is that what you embrace debate? Is Tyga a cockblock?
Listen.
Embrace debate.
Listen. And I want Nicki to see and hear this, and I believe she will, like, because it's facts. You feel me? It definitely happened. My cousin was standing right there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm still fresh.
I think don't you have a picture? Do you have a picture with Nicki?
No, I don't have a
okay.
No,
I mean, I'm trying to think of a better business card.
I know, right? You just pull up some of that.
I got these, but let me tell you, I got these when I was 18.
Okay.
I told my cousins, I told everybody, see, the thing is everything we do is about marketing and branding. Mm-hmm. Everything. That's where people miss it at. They miss it because they don't market and really promote. Let's take it to music. You drop a song and then you post once a day, and then you don't not once a day. I take that back. Once a month, once every 2 weeks. You don't have enough traction for people to want to keep waiting for a drop.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
You got to keep hitting them from every angle. Mm-hmm. See, the thing is, I give so much game, it scares people away. Really?
You've had that reaction?
See, the thing about it is when you give an information and you can prove it, but some people have this idea that if I don't want to hear it from him, I want to hear it from them.
Okay.
And when I say them, I mean anybody but him or her. When you're at work, your boss might say something, and it's like, and if you, depending on your relationship, it's like, whatever.
Right.
But if a coworker that you trust come tell you something, you already know, like, okay, this is, But your boss might have said the same exact thing for real, but you like, let me go get verification.
Yeah.
People miss opportunity like that, bro. Mm-hmm. What if I said, nah, I'm not doing no interviews and didn't pull up? Mm-hmm. This is an opportunity, bro. I appreciate you. Man, come on, man. Look at y'all.
Cheers, man. Cheers, bro.
Straight up. This is love. This is love because I love to grow.
Yeah.
This is collaborating. This is, brand building, conversation. You learning about me, I'm learning a little bit about y'all.
Yeah,
y'all,
sure. yeah. Hey,
nah, it's all love.
This is the big homie episode. But no, to your point though, and you know, I did want to bring this up when you were here because there was, I think, a story you had posted within the past week where. I think you were talking about how you weren't necessarily getting the support you felt like you were getting, or you felt like maybe, you know, people were pointing, you know, more attention elsewhere as opposed to you. Can you talk to me about that? And not to get into too specific as to who you're talking to, but just your mindset at that time.
I think that when you want to build industry, there's always going to be that type of friction. You know, anything we want to build, there's always friction. There has to be friction in order to build, period. You know, so,
that's a good point.
I think that whatever, you know, I know what I definitely said and I stand on it. In the past, just in the summer alone, it'll be 4 shows that I've thrown, quality shows.
Yeah.
Quality. Not That's open crazy. Mics, not just, you know, come out and, you know, no. Like
the DJ's got your song, just go out and do your thing.
Like, some artists.
Actual artists showing up who are putting in work. They're put on a flyer. They're immortalized. I hold on to those.
Yeah.
They get to sign those. That's history. You know, I just think about things differently when it comes to a marketing. You don't have to have $100,000 for a show.
Correct.
If you do it right, you can make any show pop. So it'll be 4 shows with the Summer Jam on September 22nd, which that lineup is crazy.
We've seen the lineup.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You got that trademark, right?
For what?
For Summer Jam? AZ Summer Jam?
Arizona Summer Jam, I do. Sure do.
Let's go.
Businessman, man.
I own that trademark, Arizona Summer Jam.
Man.
So, you know what I learned from the big homies like that, like Jay-Z. You know, I look at their interviews. You know, I watch mannerisms. You know, I'm all about mannerisms because when you grow up, how I grew up in the street at the bottom of the bottom and moved with my uncle and aunt in the suburbs, in the richest of rich. You know what I mean? I'm at my high school, star athlete, gold teeth in my mouth playing in the games. People don't even know my name. They say the boy with the gold teeth. People weren't doing that.
Sounds like a cowboy legend, the man with the gold teeth.
For sure.
That's what they were calling me. They didn't know my name, but they know I'm scoring touchdowns on them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they see I'm scoring touchdowns, but they don't know at 10 years old I was a consultant for Levi's.
Let's get into it.
They didn't know that.
Talk to us.
You know what I'm saying? They just knew I was from the hood. But listen, the way I got that was through the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, I grew up in the Boys and Girls Club.
If you've ever been to Candlestick Park, then you know that there's there were projects right there, and they were called Double Rock.
Okay.
And it was rough and Double Rock, period. That's another part of Hunter's Point. So I was at a Boys and Girls Club there. My cousin's mom actually worked there, and my grandmother lived in that community. So Levi Strauss came down and interviewed all the kids from the neighborhood. Every kid from the neighborhood got dressed, and they interviewed us at the Boys and Girls Club. So out of hundreds and hundreds of kids, I got picked.
Wow.
They're like, you, come up.
I got picked, you know what I mean? And what that job entailed was we would go downtown to the corporate office, you know. Sometimes we would be up in the high rise, you know, top floor, and it would be me, another young man, another boy from the neighborhood, and then 2 others from like the more affluent neighborhood.
Okay.
So it was well put together already.
Yes. Okay. It was like a think tank or just what?
So they would bring in jeans, and we would separate them, you know, into what we liked, what we didn't like. You know what I mean? They would say, why would you like these? You know, why do you like these? Why don't you like these? That's consulting.
Yeah, for sure it is.
That's consulting.
Exactly.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
So doing that, you know what I mean?
And that was, not to cut you off, that was your time, like you said you were 10 years old winning championships, and then you go into that as well. I mean,
Yes.
what a time in your life.
No one was asking me to do shit at 10, but get out the way, dude.
Young, bro.
Nothing to that, dude.
Bro, I was walking to the store, you know, 6 years old, man. hanging outside, man, 6 years old, like hanging outside, walking around. And this doesn't mean like, this isn't like, oh, my mom wasn't there. Right. My mom was there. Like, this is just how it was at that time in the community. You knew it was dangerous, but you can't just be in the house.
No, yeah, you can't just shelter your kid either. Yeah. That doesn't work out.
There's nothing you can do. So yeah, I learned a lot from that. And those experiences definitely helped me become who I am today when it comes to doing business, marketing, and helping others. Yeah.
Well, can you tell us how you ended up in Arizona?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a story in itself.
Takes a sip.
Yeah. So the way I ended up in Arizona is I've been with my wife for 18 years.
Wow.
We're high school. We're high school.
That's incredible.
We're high school sweethearts. The whole Hollywood story. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I say this, we thought about it because her mom was here and she said, you guys both have good jobs. You know, you guys are living in San Francisco.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the hood, we're actually living in Antioch.
Right.
You know, right? Yeah, but this isn't the Antioch when I first started going to high school there. This was a different Antioch. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, it totally changed.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, it changed. So her mom was out here in Arizona, and she's telling us, like, you guys could, you know, own a home and everything. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you could live a whole life. Just be like an American family. Dude. It's crazy.
So I'm like, Arizona, what? What are we talking about? I'm not coming to Arizona.
And you had never been here up until that point?
Up until that point, no.
Okay.
I was like, no way, not coming to Arizona. Like, what is in Arizona? Because I'm so San Francisco Bay Area. Like, this is the tech world. Like, this is fast. This is the money. Why am I going to the Wild Wild West?
Yeah.
All I knew about
Tombstone and shit.
All I knew about
to Yuma, dude. I didn't know they had flights earlier, dude.
All I knew about was that, you know, there was the gun laws were really just there are
basically none.
You know what I'm saying? And that South Phoenix, it goes down. That's all I really knew. You know what I'm saying? Or what I heard. So I'm just like, that's the Wild Wild West. And also the cartel. Everybody hears about that.
Only at the Filibertos, the Polibertos, the Rolibertos.
So when you from out of town, like California, you hear Arizona, for me, I felt, so I ended up coming down here like a week after the Super Bowl.
What year?
The Patriots and the
2014.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the one, dude.
Yeah, it was the one. That
was
I'm
thinking of Atlanta.
That was 2017.
Yeah, 17.
Oh, yeah, correct. Sorry, you're right. It was 2017.
So I came out here a week after that, and I was like, okay, like, man, here's a stadium. Like, it's shit out here. Like, it's not tumbleweeds and shit.
Yeah, I know.
And this is no diss to Arizona. It's just like coming from California.
We need to keep that rep, dude. We need to keep that. We saw what happened to Boise during the pandemic. Dude. We can't get Boise out here, dude. Where are they going to hit next? Portland's already overrun, dude.
Portland's done,
we already got hit
real.
with the first wave, so it's a lot of tumbleweeds, a lot of donkeys. There's a lot of
keep telling them that.
It could be 155 some days. You know what I mean?
Like
sometimes
it's burning up out
like
here.
That, dude. Today's a nice day.
But we knew, but when I seen that, I'm an observant person. So when I seen that, you know, already was the type of person I'm always really on the go. You know, from when I was a young kid, I moved from the hood to the suburbs, you know what I mean, to a different state, went to college, played ball, and went to another state. Wow. So I'm already like,
you can get out.
You could put me anywhere.
Yeah.
You could put me anywhere and I'm going to make something happen.
Right.
But I saw opportunity.
A lot of it
I seen that, you know, in Arizona, it's still building. It's still building. And that's why it's so important. I take it serious when it comes to this hip hop scene because that's what I'm passionate about. I take it serious because I see that there's like a lane that can be filled, you know, and it's going to take, I'm not a kumbaya person where it's like, oh, we all got to come together, you guys. Like, it's not going to happen.
Says that,
but there are ways to keep a a solid community and industry.
Well, and I think it's a mix of that, but it's also connecting with the right people to do that, because you can't do it with everybody.
Building that industry.
You just can't.
You have to have, because right now it's so divided and there's nothing to grasp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So when somebody like me, somebody might look at me and say like, man, who have you put out? Who have you got a hit record for? That doesn't mean I don't know talent.
Not at all.
I was a talent scout.
Yeah.
Like I did that, like when you become something like that, you're trained to look at certain things. I'm looking at personality. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at, are you articulate? I'm looking at, are you putting out content? Are you consistent? Can I trust you? Are you just someone who wants to do it because it looks good?
Right.
I don't have time, or no one has time to deal with someone who just want to do it because it looks cool. This is a business, the 100%. Music business. So if you're not in the business of making money, stay over there.
Yeah.
We got bills to pay.
What does Mark Cuban say? He's like, no one can even talk to me unless you're bringing some money towards my way. Like,
and people. Sorry, bro.
No. I'm just saying, you're looking for people that are just missing an ingredient or two, not looking for you to be like, here's a recipe. If you follow this, we'll just go through this whole journey to get. You're like, no. You're looking for someone that just needs a little spark to go.
And I'm sure that's with anything for any of us.
True. When
you guys ask people to be on your show, you're looking for people who's working, who are doing things.
We so it's not just.
It's not just one industry specific. No, that's life. Mm-hmm. And once everybody kind of like starts really like understanding that, like I had a guy at my last show, and he was a security guard actually. Just met him. I forgot his name, but he said, he was talking to me and he said, man, you have no static, bro. And I said, what you mean? He said, bro, you're so chill, like laid back and just like static, just vibe.
That. Yeah.
Well, we saw how you approached us at the show, man. I mean, you had the jacket on, you had the hat, and you came up to us like, "Yo, appreciate you coming out." I was like, "Man, Big Homie's like pretty chill,
dude. You were holding court,
dude." being standoffish and always keeping a mean mug or something. I created this term, and I need to coin. I'm gonna. Poor man's.
Throw a LLC on that.
I'm gonna poor man's copyright this right now because no one said it before, and they can try to say
this would be proof of prior art.
They'll have to show me that they said it before with timestamp.
Exactly, they will.
I know how the game goes. So listen, I always say that frowns keep the money running, and smiles keep it coming.
Love that.
I like that.
I don't want to hang around anyone who's always frowning or and I'm sure everybody's like that.
Oh yeah, there's
always something going on, always complaining.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, you taking my energy, bruh. I don't have time.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah. The energy vampires, dude.
Come on.
Yeah, you telling me life's a bitch is not a newsflash.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Oh, yes. Difficult out here? That's crazy.
Arizona, though, has a lot of opportunity, man. And even with you guys guys doing your podcast and stuff, you know what I mean? This is dope.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate
that. This is something that Arizona really needs.
Wow.
There's podcasts out there, but we were talking, and you guys are the truth. The way you guys find out stuff, like you caught me just the bus. Hold on, like that's attention to detail. Because now I'm thinking, like, hold on, did I post that a long time ago?
I gotta
hold on, like no, but that type of stuff is real.
Hey,
you know
man,
what I'm
listen.
saying?
Appreciate that. And part of, and we've told this before, but part of the reason why we wanted to do this is because like you, we love hip hop, and we take it to the extreme where like, I want to know like how a song got put together. How did, Future collab with Metro and that relationship, like the backstory of people who inspire us. And we said, man, we know there's a market here in Arizona where people are movers and shakers like you, or they're artists. And we're like, we've seen the different platforms, but we want to take it a step further.
Yeah, and you guys are.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I'm curious because you've been all over, man, and I don't want to give anything away, but you're familiar with artists from other areas and stuff too. What do you think is different from Arizona from? I'm trying to think of a more comparable place, right? Where it's like a big metro area, but it's not as like densely urban, right? Because you got the East Coast where it's like borough to borough.
Right.
It's like one thing, I guess to me, it's like almost like having states closer together in a way where it's like they have different identities, but they're all sharing the same stuff because they're close together. But it's like, I see how something can catch fire there. That's a different situation. And then there's also the other end of the spectrum where there's places where there's nothing going on. So anyone that does it is doing it. And then we're in a weird spot where it's like there's people doing it, but there's not this, borough to borough identity where we're sharing stuff. Then this like
he
rivalry.
Talked about it's open kind of, right?
Yeah, it's like it's open, but it's also not, like I'm a rapper from Montana. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
correct.
That's like if you want to be the top rapper in Montana, no disrespect, maybe there's some, but I'm that
There's somebody.
But then like think of a place like to me like maybe like Houston.
Yeah.
To me, a little bit similar. It's like it's not as dense up urban as anything else. It's
Houston has legends. Though.
That's what I'm saying.
But
that's what I'm saying is why
you comparing Houston to Arizona?
Well, he's trying to say
I'm
like
not.
what other
I'm
city
just saying
could
like a metro area. I'm saying what is the
okay.
ingredient that's missing because it happened in Houston and that's not
Correct.
that's not a super dense compared to New York or something else urban area, but it's in you know what I mean. That's what I'm getting at. What are we missing?
I think that what's missing is that. When you think of somewhere like Houston and just Texas in general, you think of like all of the different, just brands that are out there of artists. There's like a lot of teams.
There's styles too.
There's a lot, what I mean? UGK, Swisher House.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's so many more. I don't want to go down the line and then be like, man, whoever I left out, man, he don't know his history.
No, we get what you're saying.
But you were going to say something?
No, I'm just like, I guess what I'm getting is how did it work for them though? And I mean, do you think it was just the time? Do you think it was just,
nah, bro,
it was harder to do it then and they made it? Like, what is the community missing there? Because they supported them, right? Like they're legends out there. They were royalty. What is it going to take for us to get that kind of like identity out here?
I think that it's going to take like more, collaborations, bro. Like it's gonna out here in Arizona, it's so many people that aren't from here.
Yes.
It's so many people that just aren't from here. And even if a person isn't from here, they're not embraced. You know? And that right there, it's like if somebody's been here 10 years, it's like, man, you how do you say it? Phoenician now. You know what I mean? Like seriously, like you've been here like that. So, and people still look like, man, not even from here.
Yeah, that's such a weird.
Those type of things matter when you build an industry. They matter because, just like anywhere, there's cliques everywhere. I've lived in Atlanta, you know what I mean? Jefferson City, Missouri, going to St. Louis. So I've lived in these different states, California, of course, Arizona now. You know what I mean? Like I done been all over. And the same thing is consistent, bro. The states that blow up, there's always a collective, like there's like an industry of people that Mac Dre, E40, you know what I'm saying? You got
Keek the Sneak.
You got who else? You got Rappin' Forte before, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he was with the Fillmore and you know what I'm saying? But all of these people are from different cities and they have their own like teams that push them. Here, it's all individual. Yeah. Everyone's an individual. Yeah. No one wants to collaborate on a song really.
But why do they say they do though? Because a lot of people, I mean, we've heard it, Jared. A lot of people say they want to collab and bring Arizona together, but some people are doing it. But at this point, we kind of know who
people just be talking, bro.
Yeah.
People just talking, that you can't just talk. You got to make things happen. You got to, like if I just sat down and thought about stuff, I wouldn't get stuff done. Like I just start throwing the parties because I said, look, this is what I need to do. This is the play for me. You know what I'm saying? The interviews came first, and then it was like, let me throw these concerts, and this is how I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Everything I've said, everything that I put my mind to. As far as like I'm not just like this wealthy guy or anything like that, but I'm a wealth of knowledge. I'm a wealth of information. I'm a wealth of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Because of what I come from. And I have things that can show and prove that, hey, maybe he knows what he's talking about if you take a look. Because I go off of mannerisms. Our word is all that we have. So if your word is all you have, if I say that I'm going to be here tomorrow at a certain time, I'm going to be there tomorrow at a certain time, because one thing that I don't like is, and it's happened to me, if I put you on a show and you don't show up and you don't reach out and just say like, hey, I can't make it or something like that.
No communication at all.
Listen, I don't throw, again, no diss to any open mics and stuff, but that doesn't take a lot of work to get a DJ there and just say, bring a USB. We need those. That's a part of hip hop. But what I throw is actual shows. I'm communicating with you as we proceed and get closer to the event. We're communicating. Yeah. There's group chats. It's easy to say, hey, I can't make it, or I have a change of heart. Now I can give a slot to someone else. Right. Like this last show I had, someone didn't show up. So what I did was, there was an artist that I was talking to earlier who was a younger guy who told me he rapped, never knew him. His name is NBG Nari. And I met him and he just popped up because he was supporting someone else. And he says, man, what I got to do to get on one of your shows? 19 years old. Like, what I got to do? I said, man, you got to put in some work. I said, you got to be working. I said, you rap? What are you doing? Let me see your Instagram. Mm-hmm. So he shows me his Instagram and he didn't have much. You know what I mean? He didn't have much. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what you doing? Like, you saying you rap, but I can't see it. Mm-hmm. 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 You know what I did before the night was over? When that artist who didn't show up,
gave him a slot.
Put him on the stage and see what he got.
Gave him some
content. You talked about opportunity earlier.
I told him, you got to be ready to go at a drop of a hat. You got to be ready to go at a drop of a hat. Mm-hmm. If you do it, you do it.
Yeah, facts.
And he did it. So I respect him for that. Hopefully that experience helps him and motivates him to stay consistent, to keep going, to start building that your Instagram up, showing that you working.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, just because it's not on Instagram don't mean you didn't do it or you're not working. But yeah, if you're working, you're working.
You're working. It's evident.
You know what I mean?
Well, and listen, speaking of working, and you've brought it up a couple times now on the episode, I want to go just through some of the names, and then I have some questions after that. Yeah. But when you were at the height of your podcast, was the radio podcast BigHomieToldMe show. I went through some names and wrote some down, Jared, just to go through a few. But ladies and gentlemen, some light. We're talking celebrities, politicians, servicemen, and women as well. But just to name a few: Nino Brown, JT the Bigger Figure, Mike Jones, Mystical, Lil Flip, Bun B. I mean, I could keep going on, but let me just ask you this before you get into how even that all came about. I'm just curious, of everyone that you've talked to, who was the one that just like kind of took you, I guess, or the most impactful?
I get that question a whole lot, man. And every time I say, man, like, and this is the truth. I look at every single one the same.
Okay.
And here's why, man, because I don't do research like you guys. That's why I respect what you do.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
But I don't do it on purpose because I don't know you. I'm not gonna look you up. Like, I know of you.
Yeah.
Right.
What I see on TV or whatever. But I want to know you as a person.
Right.
Like, let me just chop it up like I'm your nephew, I'm your cousin, I'm your brother. Let me just chop it up with you.
Yeah.
That's my style.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because now we just chopping it up and we talking, and you out your shell of this is like just some formal interview where it's like, man, he's about to be asking these. Like, nah, we chilling,
really
we
chill.
vibing. I'm a youngster asking you about your life.
But you're telling me that 3 hours of Bun B was just like, you didn't feel some type of way?
No, I felt the type.
I would have been going crazy.
I feel the type of way. I felt the type of way, and Bun B, man, he is just like a lot of the stuff that he says is just like, he told me about how, Pimp C didn't really want to be on the song with Jay-Z on Big Pimpin'. Yeah. When he shared that, and that's interesting because it's like, man, why wouldn't he want to be on the song? But it made sense because he said that Pimp felt like, everybody would think that that's their sound, and that's not like their vibe. Mm-hmm. They had a discussion and did it. Yeah. The rest is history.
Iconic. I heard he held up the music video because he couldn't get his car. He wanted his car in it.
Oh yeah, he had
to have his car in the video.
That's crazy.
But that story is big, because I think about it now, and I be thinking about. I'm the type of person that I kind of hang on to every word. Really, if we having a conversation, we chopping it up. Let's chop it up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And if you tell me something and I remember it and stuff, like. That's what I take a person for. You know what I mean? I'm like that. That's how I am. And so when I'm talking to these, these individuals, you feel me? I'm like, damn, I'm really doing this.
Yeah. Gotta be pinching yourself, I would imagine.
A lot of them happens just so randomly, bro. Like I literally, you said earlier, oh, you had that pitch ready to go when I said that to Suge Knight. I said the same thing to Russell Simmons.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. It's not what I said to him, but it shows like me taking a picture with him and stuff under Just Styles Robinson. So it shows like me and my friend taking a picture with him and stuff. I said the same question, but it's important to have those type of things because those are icebreakers.
Yeah. Yes, for sure.
Like that gets you into. I met Mike Tyson, in Las Vegas. You know what I mean? And I'm standing in line for him to meet him, and waiting for a long time, waiting at least 30 minutes. It was a long line, but everyone's taking a picture and keeping it moving, taking a picture, keeping it moving the whole time. I got there and literally had like a 2-minute conversation with Mike Tyson. He asked me, what's my name? What I do? He said, you're somebody. You know who was there? My wife was right there.
Oh, wow.
How you think she's like, damn, like Mike Tyson saying this about my husband?
Yeah.
If he's trolling, gassing, whatever, I got Mike to be human in that moment.
Yeah.
And he said, man, you the first person to say anything to me all day.
Yeah, everyone just, wow. Okay, next.
Facts.
Come on.
People don't understand just the power of communication.
Oh, man. So
if you can hold a dope conversation and you know what I'm saying, you solid, you vibing, you can conquer the world. That's how the world was conquered.
Yep. Yeah.
All around.
Yep.
Look, come on, man. That's a whole other one. Big Homie told me.
It is. Yeah, we're getting gems. I'll just say there was one name on the list because I know old school hip hop, but when I saw MC Shan. Bro, if you're an old school hip hop fan, MC Shan is like a friggin' legend. Listen, and I saw how like
that interview was legendary.
Okay, so there had to be one. I was gonna say
they're all
they're all the same.
No, and I don't want to sound like modest when I'm saying it, bro. I really look at like each interview just like, damn, I'm talking to a dope ass person.
Yeah, talk to me about Shan though.
Shan, man, that whole experience was just raw. He is just MC Shan is just him. He is him, the same thing. And here's why. Because there's things that he's doing like on camera, knowing we rolling, that it's like, damn, bro. I would I'm think like, bro, you sure you want to say that or do that, bro? Bro, shit going on in the back. And I'm like, damn, OG, like
still going at it, man.
It'll pop out, but it was just, but he so much game about how he came up and the information and who he, just business.
Yeah.
Doing business at that time where it wasn't a lot of money in hip hop and stuff, but still having just rapping and making songs for your name and your brand and your rap, the love of it. Come on, man. It's different now.
Man, it's way different. I do just have one last follow-up question about that.
You good.
Your time at doing the Big Homie Told Me show. It looks like you did that with Icon Radio. Is that DJ and them?
I started the Big Homie Told Me by myself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But the way that I connected with Just is I reached out to Just because I'm a student of the game. You know what I mean? I seen Just moving, RTU moving, and I reached out to him when I had started the Big Homie Told Me page.
Okay.
And I told him, I said, hey man, can you promote my page? You know what I'm saying? Promote this page. I reached out to him, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't have no pride or ego like that. Like, bro, hey bro, you know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
And Just hit me with, I offered to pay him. Just said, man, I don't charge for that. You know what I'm saying? Wow, but cool. I sent him, so I sent him a picture of him. and some, Respect the Underground with Big Homie Told Me, because that's what I was doing, on my meme page. It's just memes and stuff of lyrics, movies, stuff like that. So yeah. And he asked me, have I thought of a podcast? I was already podcasting, but I was like, yeah. He said, told me to pull up to the studio. Pulled up to the studio and, start making music. One thing I'll say about Just is Just gets a bad rap, but he really knows like business. And I tell everybody who I come in contact with, and I know, again, there may be friction around the city and stuff like that because of the lane that I'm in, but I've been doing this all my life. I've always been a vibe. I always been, doing this, building, so I always speak highly. I have never hated on not one soul ever in my life, not even on accident, not ever, because I've never had a reason to hate, speak down on anyone. Now, if we talking sports, I can talk shit like, man, that's
different. That's
you know what I'm saying?
Game.
But as
locker room talk.
You know what I mean? But as a person, like, no. Yeah. So people ask me that. I'm glad you asked me that question. I didn't expect it, but I've been getting it a lot, just behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And I want people to know, like, man, I have no issues with anyone. You know what I mean? I know that, the scene that I'm in and what I do. Yeah, man, we all, friendly competition.
Yeah, everyone's trying to get it, man.
Everybody,
Listen, we know about that. Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, if we all do it the right way, it can be done in a great way. Because I don't know if people really want to talk about that, but I brought my cousin, C Legal for the People, who is the face of the Thizzler, to Arizona.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We follow him.
So yeah, that's my younger cousin.
Did not know that.
Wow.
Our mothers are sisters. So brought him to Arizona because I knew that, hey man, shine some light on Arizona. Now Arizona's on a staple on the Thizzler, the largest independent music platform.
Yeah. Yeah.
That didn't happen by accident. Right. But I don't beat my chest and say, look, man, that's my cousin. And but people need to know. And now they know from the Within Range podcast.
You heard it here.
Man, Chuck my beard.
Now you know, like, we make that happen for the culture.
Yeah.
For the culture. Hey, cuz, it's some talent out here. Tap in with them.
Yeah.
Now they're on the platform, getting seen by hundreds and thousands of millions of people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a part to play. And if you play your part, no matter how big or how small you play your part, you can succeed, and everyone that you're in contact with that you want to succeed will succeed.
Love that.
It's a fact.
You're speaking facts.
Do your job.
Do your job.
Do your job.
Do your job.
Simple
Wins championships.
Come on, man. Do your job.
Well, listen, man, you've also like gone different directions outside of doing shows and interviewing, big time artists. You also, I don't know if it's still running, but you have your own BigHomieToldMe Foundation.
Yes.
Yes. I actually was able to do some digging, man. You had different types of programs, community food banks, women who suffer domestic abuse, children with behavioral issues. So if you could just kind of, shed light on that, because you've done a lot in your life and in your career already. And what took you in that direction?
Man, just, my mother was, she's a survivor of domestic violence. She's a survivor of domestic violence, that I witnessed. You know what I mean? At a young age. I have friends who are in the military. I've seen what the military has done to them after serving. Yep. And this is no diss, but I just seen what happened after they serve, and that happened. So I always I like to do things that are within me. Something that I know I'm passionate about, like, it has to flow within me. I can't fake it. You know what I mean? I can't fake it and try to sell you this if I'm not passionate or I don't like it or it's not something. So the BigHomieToldMe Foundation just made sense. I also worked at group homes here in Arizona.
Okay.
Did that for a couple years here in Arizona. So I'm able to have contact with the youth that are going through these things, single mother, father not there, you know. These kids are telling me, I don't care if I go to jail, and not in those words.
Sure.
Literally. And what do you say to someone like that when you pour into them every day positivity and, you know, they still feel like, I don't care. All you can do is what you can do, right? And so I wanted to create that foundation so that I can get others, you know, who can pour into the youth and help others as well.
Wow. Nice. That's awesome, man. No, you've obviously been making impacts. It seems like most of your life and most of your career, you're good at building relationships, which is why you're here today. Anything you got special for the boy, Jared?
Man, I just want to commend you, man. I feel like everyone we all get choices in life. That's one of the only things we get. And when you're faced with difficulty, you can either succumb to it or overcome it. And it seems like you just I don't even relentlessly choose to overcome it. It doesn't seem like you even dilly-dally. You don't even pity yourself for a little bit, dude. You just charging right through it, man. And that takes a lot. It makes a difference in the community. It's why you'll be successful. It's why you are successful and will continue to rise on that, man. So I just want to commend you on that, man. I think that's incredible.
Man, thank you. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys both, like seriously, because the message is sometimes confusing when it comes from a certain person because everyone talks different. People have different slangs, but the message is what really matters. And if you can cut through the weeds, there's a message in what everyone says.
Fact.
You know, I don't hide, you know. I worked in the prison for 4 years and people would want me to hide from that, you know, but I don't hide because that was a part of my life.
Absolutely.
I stand on, you know, just the principle of you take care of your family, you pay your bills and whatever you got to do. Things happen, struggles come, whatever. You got to push through and persevere. But I don't hide from anything. And what working in a prison taught me is that there's some very smart people who made mistakes and some just threw their life away. Yeah. And when you're able to sit down with those people and some who will never leave those walls, you get to have conversations with the person who you're in their mind and they're in their mind. So you're connecting because you're listening to a person just give you what they did or just, you know, no holes, like they have nothing to hide.
No, not at all.
You know what I mean? They're not going anywhere. So you're hearing all of this stuff and it makes you as a human, no matter who you are, like it makes you as a human think, what the hell am I doing with myself if you're not, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like if you're not making moves, what are you doing?
Wasting time.
Go to church.
How can I work in a prison 4 years and watch guys who are not leaving these walls getting degrees, learning different trades, and you out here in the real world making excuses?
Yeah. Good point.
One of the reasons I started the Big Homie Told Me is I used to get my hair cut by a brother on the yard who had some status. And he would tell me like, bro, you too smart for this. You're too smart to work in a prison. Like why are you working in a prison? And I would say, I'm feeding my family.
Yeah.
I respect it, but you working in a prison, man, like you too smart for that. I mean, if I could, I would. You know what I'm saying? He's saying if he could, he would.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But he's like, why are you working here?
Yeah. He sees
like,
something.
You could do something else.
Yeah.
I already knew that in my mind. So I almost trapped myself for a paycheck, for like some benefits. when I can go literally work at McDonald's and get benefits?
McDonald's is popping right now.
I'm just saying. For real, for real.
Yep.
It's real life,
Might
bro.
be where we go tonight. Yeah.
The only success is what you make it as a person. Someone who's getting a job at McDonald's, who just came off of drugs, or maybe it's their first job, or man, they've been broke for months and they got their job. That's success.
Yeah.
That's a start. Everything to me is, let's start.
Yep.
Let's start. If you start, you can finish. When I went to City College of San Francisco, which is the #1 junior college in the country, 11-time national champs, no place like City. Some legends, O.J. Simpson went there. You know what I'm saying? Jabril Wilson, Super Bowl champions have gone there. You know what I mean? And I won a national championship. Being a part of that team, my freshman year, we lost the national championship. There was a lot of individuals on that team. Great team. A lot of individuals, though. The second year, a lot more close. So much so we all got the same haircuts.
Okay.
And we win the national championships.
Wow.
I'm not saying it's because of the haircuts, but it's just when you're together, anything can happen. Sports, there has to be a winner and a loser, but when you're together, you have a better chance at winning.
Let's go.
And reaching your goals. You know that.
Listen, Big Homie has been giving us gems. This has been an honor having the man on our show. We could be sitting here probably talking for another 2-3 hours with this man's story. But let's end it on this, my guy. You've already done the Ready for Summer Jam. You've done the Arizona Elite. You got the Arizona Summer Jam officially trademarked coming up. Talk to us about what's in the future, man, and what we can expect.
Man, right now I got the Arizona Summer Jam coming up September 22nd, like you said. And that show is at Stratus. I just figured, I move with no fear. I'm not the richest guy, so I don't want anybody to misunderstand. Like, I'm not the richest guy or anything like that.
You are wearing Versace sunglasses. I will say that.
But I'm on my shit.
Like that.
I'm on my shit.
I ain't seen lenses like that, dude.
You feel me? I'm on my shit. You feel me? But let's go back to that. Do you see how that all was set up? The Ready for Summer Jam, right before the summer hits.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Arizona Elite. Go get some of the top in Arizona.
Hey, real quick, can I just say something about that a bit? When Jared and I were sitting in the back, and that Bryce Breeze rolled in the room. Did the room?
Come on, man.
Bro, the vibe changed immediately. He was looking like Diddy in the Adidas suit too. You know what I'm saying? Bree. Man,
listen, hey, that's how it's supposed to be.
I love it, dude.
When you making real moves and you walk in the room, man, the room moves with you.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Facts. And those the people I want in the room.
I mean,
so he was in the room. Shout out to Bryce Breeze.
Shout out Bryce Breeze
and Merc and everything they got going on over there.
Yeah, doing a lot. Boys working.
But I ran that Ready for the Summer Jam, then the Arizona Elite. I was just gonna end it with just the Summer Jam.
Can't do that though.
But I decided, like, you know what? Let's do a star search.
Oh yeah, that's the one you just had, correct? Okay.
Let's do a star search and give 2 slots.
I think our boy Joey 602 is in.
He got a slot to the Summer Jam.
That's our guy, dude.
That's our guy.
Joey's our guy. This is what I like about Joey, man. This is and shout out to Joey, man.
Shout out to Joey.
Joey is not one of those artists that won't promote someone else's stuff.
Oh yeah, we know that.
Joey shows up, puts on a show, and as someone who loves talent, loves just what this is about, that's real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, posting other people's stuff, showing love.
Always.
And that's love. Mm-hmm. So when he won the slot, I really wasn't surprised that he won and it was all of the artists were really good and gave great energy, but Joey, he deserved a slot because of all of the promotion he did. He promoted like literally every day, and just the professionalism, his stage performance.
Oh yeah,
the attitude. He also had fans who came out, supporters.
People love him.
He had supporters who came out
too.
early and stayed through the whole entire show.
Yep.
for Joey. And you feel me?
That's awesome.
Straight up, man. And that's what I respect. I love that type of stuff. And that's what I did the Star Search for. So people who didn't get the slot, because I really went to go get, and this isn't to slight anybody working because there's others out there, but I went to go get the artists, or a lot of artists that I feel people are tapping in with. You know what I'm saying? If you look at that lineup that's on there, you know, a lot of the artists people are really tapping in with. And we got a lot more to do after this.
You got Merk in the next lineup, I seen.
Come on, man. I had Merk on the Ready for the Summer Jam.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I rock with Merk because Merk is always working.
Yeah,
you see the freestyle he just did?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
Burn that thing, dude. Do you ever brought the cactus out on the desk?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Come on,
Shout
man.
out Merk, man.
Yeah.
And they talking about, you know, they made the little big spectacle. And I don't like talking about other people's stuff, but they made a big spectacle about, you know.
It was a big spectacle.
It was.
That's a good way to put it.
It was about like, oh, Merk needs to rap and this. Man, Merk is state to state.
He's a grown ass man too.
Listen, bro. Listen. No. Let me say this too. I can understand why people want to see him rap on a stage in a competition like that. I can definitely see it. Just the competitor for sure. So I'm not gonna just like dismiss that. However, an artist has the right to do what they want.
The man agreed to come on our show, and I was thankful for that. If he doesn't want to be formed at a rap contest,
so, I think both of the sides were like good for hip hop in Arizona.
Both valid sides for sure.
Both valid. But Merk came out with the W at that on that one.
Oh, dude, 100%. Shout out the boy, dude. Shout out the boy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I heard a lot about the show. And I heard it was a great show, great turnout, but, you know, it was a lot of controversy. But that's the type of stuff you want for a show. You want people talking.
Correct.
You know, you want people talking, whether it's good or bad. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a part of the game.
Yeah.
Listen, so Big Homie, one of the things that we've been starting to end our shows with is a title for the episode. You know, if something that like came up, you know, throughout the episode or something sticks in my mind, but there was something that when I was doing my research on you that I think you tagged often. And so I think given the situation here, that steel sharpens steel.
Steel sharpens steel.
That's a saying you like, right?
Absolutely. It's the truth. Steel sharpens steel. That. You know what I'm saying? Like,
perfect.
I noticed when I walked in, that you guys are like connected for real. Like y'all really do this. You know what I'm saying?
We're serious about this, bro.
Yeah, man. Because, you know, whenever there's like ever duos or groups or whatever, it's all good until the money start rolling.
That's not a concern for us.
That's facts, dude. We go see when that point starts coming.
We've been financial planning together for a while, dude. We're good, dude.
Facts, dude. This is my dog right here, though.
No chinks in our chain, bro. No chinks in our chain, dude.
No, I was just saying, man. Y'all hella dope, man. Y'all hella dope, man. Y'all really do this, man. I listen. Being on this show, man, thank you guys.
Wow,
I really don't do interviews and stuff like that, especially when I'm being asked the questions. It's not that I'm afraid. It's just, I just kind of stay away from it. But you guys, man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. You know what it is.
It's been a real one.
Thank you, Big Homie.
It's a wrap.
Wow, that was good one.
That was a good one, boys. How was that, man?
That was fun.
All right.
That was fun.